Silence your cell phones now.
Tom and Jerry are about to start over.
'Cause that's what friends are supposed to do, oh yeah.
In the big city.
What's going on, YouTube? It's SC, a place to be. Children, Mr. Andy, back to give you guys another movie experience this weekend. And man, do we have another one? We got back to the HBO Max as Warner Bros. Is releasing their movies along the same day as theaters. And this week we have the newly added Tom and Jerry. Tom and Jerry, directed by Tim Story. Tim Story is also a director that is known to have directed both of the Fantastic Four movies and Taxi and a couple other movies I was just not too fond with. And when I heard Tim Story was directing this, I was just like, but you know what? It is Tom and Jerry. So before we get into the review, I'm going to let you know right now, I liked Tom and Jerry when I was growing up, but Tom and Jerry got on my nerves. When I was saying about Tom and Jerry, I'm about to say, yo, man, I be looking out for my man Tom, because Jerry be just like, there was never a time that Tom really got over on Jerry. I'm just like, yo, man, I be sick of these mice, man. And even when you be having some in your house, you be like, you know how hard it is to catch these motherfucking mice. And the next thing you know, Tom be sitting there. I'm like, man, oh god, like I be feeling bad for my man Tom. Like, yo, man, I want Tom to be like stomp Jerry out sometimes. But you know what? That's just basically what I feel. So this story really takes place. It's kind of like a mixture of Who Framed Roger Rabbit, which, in my personal opinion, Who Framed Roger Rabbit did it better. But it has a Chloe Grace Moretz in there, who is playing this girl who's trying to find herself. That she quits her one job, and then she tricks this one lady into not getting this job at this hotel, where she does now get this job at this hotel for lying by using this other lady's resume. And now we have a cat mouse problem, which is Tom and Jerry. And now she has to try to get this thing under control, especially when you have Michael Pena, who is there to kind of go on the hotel manager, but he doesn't really trust her, as they're trying to sit there and get this couple with a lot of money, one played by Colin Jost from Saturday Night Live, this whole wedding thing together. So guys, I'm gonna give you guys the good, I'm gonna give you guys the bad, and I'm gonna give you guys the slight spoilers experience. Start off with the good. All right, look, the animation I think is done cool. There are, I mean, sometimes it felt like Who Framed Roger Rabbit, the animation fit in there better, but I still think the animation was kind of cool in this one. It's cool seeing Tom and Jerry. I mean, I don't mind seeing Tom and Jerry. I didn't go in this movie with high expectations at all. I really thought really low. I was the one saying, I'm going to watch this movie with my son. And that's exactly what I did. I watched it with my kids and everything just to check it out. And I was in there actually building some things for my house when I was watching this movie. And I was like, huh, okay. Some things is cool. Some of the humor, I didn't, it wasn't for me, but honestly, they did do some, like, pop culture references that I like. There was a scene where, Tom does the whole thing from Batman 1989. I enjoyed that. Jerry's listening to Jodeci in the shower as he's taking a shower, stuff like that. Those kind of things made me chuckle a little bit, but there ain't really that much, good too much that I really enjoyed to say about this film. So I'm sorry to the story. We usually spend a lot of time on the good. We're getting into the bad. Okay, so the thing about Tom and Jerry, for people who might not know who Tom and Jerry is this cat and mouse show. They don't talk. Tom and Jerry don't talk. They're like mutes. They sit there and 85% communication nonverbal. They don't speak at all, other than unless if Tom does things where he's like singing to a woman or something like that, or they have special things like that, but they don't talk. So when you have no talk, what happens? The movie falls on the humans, but the movie's called Tom and Jerry, and that's where it unbalances that out at. This feels like any other kind of kids movie that has come out within the past 15 years. They bring nothing new to Tom and Jerry at all, and honestly, I felt as though there wasn't even enough Tom and Jerry on the screen. I thought there could have been even more Tom and Jerry on the screen. There were some side characters that I like, that the cats that Tom, was threatened by early in the movie. I think they was played by the Plastic Cup Boys. I'm guessing. I think that's what I see in the credits. I'm saying I would like to see them a little bit more. But then there were the annoying side characters like these birds that was giving us these Street Profits play-by-plays throughout the whole thing. And I was just like, oh my God, these birds are kind of annoying.
In celebrity news, major commotion at the Royal Gate Hotel as New York's elite couple Preeta and Ben are tying the knot at a private intimate wedding.
Then the whole plot, one of the things that every character is forgettable. And that's the problem when you do these kind of animation movies, stuff like that, where there's nothing to gravitate towards. To I guess when it came to Chloe, when she stole, this is a kids movie by the way, so this is what you educate the kids with, where she stole somebody's resume to try to get to the top of everything, and it's like, okay, well maybe at the end she's going to feel bad about what she does, and she's going to come back and she's going to do the right thing, kind of thing, right? Maybe. Because it's kind of like not like that in a way. There's not one time I feel guilt from this girl, not one whatsoever. Then of course when we had this big wedding, when it comes to Colin Jost, and I'm gonna forgive me for messing up her name, but Pavlovia Sandra, actress. I'm sorry. This whole wedding thing is just an afterthought of an afterthought of an afterthought. Nobody cares. It's supposed to be a plot driver. Nobody cares about anything that's going on in this movie. And then the humor in this movie is just forgettable toilet humor. And I'm like, toilet humor and stupid humor don't make me laugh. It may make you laugh. It doesn't make me laugh at all. And to me, like, that dumb humor, that's the Wayans brothers. I can't stand their style of humor. But then we got like toilet humor. I'm just like, oh God, I don't. Why is that funny to some people? And I think they missed a lot, because you have good people who's good with comedy in the movie. I mean, you got Michael Pickett in the movie, for Christ's sake. Colin Jost is in the movie, and they miss on all accounts with these jokes. There was because usually when I watch kids movies, I expect my son to like, kind of like when I watch Scoob early last year, and I'm expecting things to happen like that. I fell asleep on that movie, and he found it hilarious. He barely laughed on Tom and Jerry, and I'm like, well, see, some of the jokes will go over his head, but they're just not funny for it being a kids movie. Okay, that's the kind of the way I kind of felt here, and I was like, God, 100 minutes, which is an hour and 40 minutes, you could have shaved about a good 20 minutes off this movie. You really could have. Because there was nothing going on. It's just there, and it was just, if you took Tom and Jerry out the movie, it changes nothing. It changes absolutely nothing for it being a Tom and Jerry movie, to the point where you figure where all this stuff is going to go out in the first place. You're just doing it for meaningless Tom and Jerry entertainment type thing. But guys, okay, I can go on and off about the band, but right now we're going to get to the slight spoilers into the experience. All right, these are very, very slight spoilers, because there really is nothing going on to really spoil in this movie necessarily. But when I was saying that, Chloe Grace, does she feel as though that, the way they build up her character, like she's going to have this big forgiving moment? She does at the end of the film, but to me, it feels as though that she ain't sorry. She only got sorry because she got fired. That's the only reason why she is sorry. She felt not guilty for stealing this lady's resume in the first place. Turns in the resume, and on about her job. Then they try to shoot in a love interest that they never even start the car up on that thing at all. I was like, this guy is just there, and I'm like, maybe is he there to help drive her home to the point that she's supposed to feel guilty about getting this job type thing? It don't work. Okay, it's just a mess of everything clouded in this one movie, which is Tom and Jerry almost as backseat characters in this thing. There's nothing really Tom and Jerry about this. It's hard to make kind of like a Tom and Jerry movie out there, but you can make an interesting one about Tom and Jerry. And like I said, with them being mutes, they already kind of fall into the background of that. So guys, when it comes to Tom and Jerry, I'm giving Tom and Jerry a catch at a barbershop. If you got kids, hashtag give it a chance. I'll say that. If you got kids, hashtag give it a chance. But if not, it's catch at a barbershop for me. Once again, Tim's story does not do me. Look, I try to be out there and support my brothers out there, my black directors, stuff like that. But Tim's story has not been a director that has really. The only movie I really liked from Tim's story was Barbershop. I enjoyed Barbershop. The Fantastic Four let me down. I enjoyed Think Like a Man, the first one. Think Like a Man 2, I was like, it went this way. Most sequels usually do. When it came to Ride Along, I liked Ride Along. I didn't even take time to see Ride Along 2. And we ain't gonna talk about Shaft, but yeah. So he has done movies. So there's a lot of hit and misses with Tim Story. More misses than it comes with the hits. But you know what? Hey, we're neither here or there. Post that comments down below. Did you guys see Tom and Jerry? Hit the like button if you guys enjoyed my review of Tom and Jerry, and make sure you subscribe here for more movie experiences throughout the whole weekend. We have one more movie to get out there, and I'm trying to get out there to you guys before the weekend is over. The United States versus Billie Holiday, which is on Hulu, and then so here wait for that, because next weekend we are doing all Eddie Murphy all weekend long. And there are some Black History reviews that we did not get to that will still be put up, but I believe of quality over quantity. Okay, so make sure you guys check that out. Hit the like button if you guys enjoyed my review. Hit the subscribe button for more movie experiences right here on NC Studios. Once again, it's NC, a place to be. Chill, shame, stay in D, and I'll see you at the movies.